Kevin Cole with you. It is the afternoon show. I'm down in the performance space with Kælan Mikla, Icelandic trio who are here for Reykjavik Calling tomorrow night in the gathering space at KEXP. And you're invited to come down to this 21 plus free event. And you can find out more online at kexp.org. But it's so great having you here in Seattle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll chat a bit and talk about the record and stuff, but how about a couple songs first?
Yes.
Hvernig kemst
Icelandic trio, Kælan Mikla live on KEXP. Love on vocals, Margaret on bass, Soveg on synths. And again, welcome to KEXP. What did we just hear?
We played Hvernig, kemst and Næturblóm from our latest album, Nótt, eftir, Nótt.
And what are those songs about?
They're about... the first song is about like folklore. It's about an ice queen, which is kind of what we are named after, Kælan Mikla, the Lady of the Cold. And the second song is about friendship, our friendship, I suppose.
Yeah. So for listeners that might not be aware, the new album, Nótt, eftir, Nótt, is your third album.
Yes.
And little history, your first performance was at a poetry slam, right?
Yes.
At your local library?
Yes, in downtown Reykjavik.
Yeah. And you were in high school at that time.
Yeah.
In 2013. Tell me, was there a musical component? Like, did you get together to play music to put to the poetry?
Yeah, we got together because we saw a poster in our high school, like poetry slam, and we were like, wow, we should do something crazy and weird, because they were all about performance, and we were really interested in doing some performance. So me and Maggie met up with Laufey, and we were like, we should do something strange to this poem. And yeah, I played the drums. I tried it out for the first time a week before the first performance, and Maggie played the bass. She didn't play it for the first time, but it was all really raw and energetic and poetic.
Yeah, and I think about a year later we captured a performance when you were on drums at Top Station, or the Power Station in just outside of Reykjavik.
Yeah.
Which was cool. It was raw, and I'd love to talk more about how the music's evolved since. But what was it like at that time, learning to play your instruments as you were a band?
It was fun. We actually just started playing shows straight after, because we won the poetry slam. We never decided to be a band, or it was not a plan, but people started asking us like, hey, this was cool, you should make something more. So we were just starting to get booked at shows. Maybe we had 3 songs, then we just played 3 songs and left. But we just kind of been learning, because when we started out, we didn't really know what we were doing at all. So we've been learning as we go, just play shows.
Yeah,
and
I remember playing before we knew how to play, and we learned by doing that.
Was there any fear behind that at that time?
No, we were all batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. That's cool. So how has the sound evolved then since? Because it was more, there was guitar, it was a little more edgy post-punk, or...
We were just doing all the weird things that we could think about. Like, sometimes we were like, hey, we have a show in 5 days, should we use this, what is it called, svona babu hérna, gaur?
Yeah, like a megaphone.
Like a megaphone. We found a megaphone, and we made an ambulance song, and then 5 days later we performed the ambulance song. And
it was all very just as we went, and we scratched some songs, and some songs survived, and then
I love that. How much of that mentality do you have now, or that approach?
I think we're a bit more polished now, but we always have. It's always the same mentality.
Yeah. Is poetry still core at the heart of the music and the inspiration?
Yes, always.
So tell me your thoughts on how you feel about the power of music transcending language.
I think it works very good for us. We have our biggest fan base is abroad. Some people who don't understand the lyrics, but they still understand it somehow.
Yeah, I feel like people can understand the emotion through what you're saying, even though they don't understand the language. And often after shows, we've gotten people come to us and say that they were super touched and they got very emotional during our more sad songs and stuff. But even though they don't know what it means, they can just, I feel like you can feel it, I guess.
Yeah, totally. It always kind of bugs me when bands feel compelled to write, to change their lyrics, right? Mm-hmm. From whatever their native language is when they first written those songs in that language.
Yeah, I feel like it also depends on who you're writing it to, or are you doing it for somebody else, or are you doing it for yourself? and yeah, depending on the Icelandic or English. And we want to do this as our creation, and our mother language is Icelandic, so it has always turned out like that.
And you can definitely feel the emotion, and there's such a dark, dreamy quality to the newest album. Tell me about the state it was written in.
It is. It's about the night. It's called Nótt eftir Nótt, night after night. So, yeah, it's all like something to do with the night, and we were all like suffering from insomnia and stuff like that, weird dreams. So it's a lot about just everything weird that happens in the night, and like we have a lot of it goes to our roots also, like in Iceland, because we had been traveling so much. So it's also connecting to folklore and stuff in Iceland. Yeah, so the night and Icelandic like homesickness memories, I think so.
And just the weird state of being between sleep and like a dream and awake, like that weird middle stage you can fall into, just everything connected to that.
Yeah, it's like inspired also by sleep paralysis, and like that the moment when you like wake up in a dream and you're still dreaming, or are you still not dreaming, or you know.
That's a great feeling.
Or you get a dark visitor during the night,
yes.
A monster or a creature.
There's some beautiful songs, but there's also very scary songs.
Yeah. Would you ever text each other at like 3 in the morning, like, you awake?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I actually feel like, just like you were saying before, that you woke up at 4 this morning, and I think it's a really beautiful state of waking up and everybody is asleep, and I kind of don't like to be on my phone, like when I'm insomniac or something, and it's like this weird magical moment when you're alone, and you know you're so alone because everybody is asleep, and I think it's really interesting to capture that and kind of develop it.
Yeah, you're taking in the world or experiencing it, and nobody else is having that moment, really.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Now, I want to ask about Robert Smith, because of The Cure, because he personally invited you to perform at the Meltdown Festival.
Yes.
And then later play at The Cure's 40th anniversary show in Hyde Park. So how did that come about?
He sent us an email.
Yeah. We actually, we got an email and we opened it, and we were pretty sure it was a scam. We just like looked at it, read it, and we were like, haha, someone is fooling us, trying to fool us. But then we sent it to our booking agency, and they were like, wait, 10 minutes, let me check on this. And then we got a call back like, this is real. Like, it's happening.
This is not one of your dreams.
Yeah, exactly.
Were you Cure fans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we also just played the Pasadena Daydream Festival last month, with the third time with them. So it's a great collaboration going on here.
Yeah, it's super cool. I mean, I can't imagine what that would be like. It must be really fun.
It's surreal and too real at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Kælan Mikla live here on KEXP, playing tomorrow night in our gathering space here at KEXP with Solstafir, part of our annual Reykjavik Calling event. And it is a free event, and if you'd like to come on down, you can get more information at kexp.org. Okay, how about a couple more songs?
Yes.
And what are we going to hear first here, and what is it about?
Next we're gonna hear Draumadís. I made a mistake earlier. I said we had been playing Draumadís, but that's actually what we're gonna play now. Sorry, that's about an ice queen. But the next song after that is about nightmares, and it's way more scary. So yeah.
Beautiful set. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's Kælan Mikla live on KEXP. A couple songs from the most recent album, Nótt, Eftir, Nótt. And that came out in 2018. Any new music? If you had time to write any new music?
We're working on we're working on a new album right now, but maybe next year. We'll see.
Okay, cool. Playing tomorrow night here at KEXP, part of our Reykjavik Calling event, playing with Solstafir, and it is a free event, so encourage people to come on down. You can get info online at kexp.org. Then in a couple weeks, November 6th, I think, you're playing Iceland Airwaves. And
Yes.
you guys kind of took Iceland Airwaves by storm last year.
We did.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Just a huge response.
Yeah,
We had a good time.
Did that feel like a breakthrough?
It was really nice. We're very excited. We're opening the festival this year at the Art Museum.
Cool. Excited about that. Then you go to Europe and do some European dates.
Yeah.
So we'll look for new music hopefully next year.
Definitely.
And again, Kælan Mikla, thank you so much for being here on KEXP.
Thank you for
having us.
Big time thanks to the audio video team, Andrea on hospitality, Matt O running the board, Kelsey and Mathilde helping out behind the scenes, and thanks to all the donors that make in-studio sessions like this one with Kælan Mikla possible. Thank you. It's the afternoon show, KEXP, Seattle. Discover great music at kexp.org.